Hello Marble Sports fans, and welcome back to another event here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. I'm Jeremiah and I'm glad to be here for this Marble Curling Championship. This will be a one-on-one style tournament where each team will have to try to get their marbles closest to the center of the target at the end of the ice, similar to real curling where they have to get their stones to the center of the target. The marbles will have to go through a small track to get to the ice, starting with a small funnel to one lane and then to a dividing funnel where they'll get jumbled up through the slalom into the big tube where they'll enter the ice and try to get closest to the center of the target. How the scoring will work is if the marble lands in the bullseye, it'll get 5 points, and if they land in the red type circle, then they'll be getting 3 points, and then the outer white circle is 2, and then the super outer blue circle will be getting 1 point, and they won't be getting any points if they don't land in the circle. So here is the bracket system for this tournament, and it will be a dual tournament, and the first duel will be China versus Canada. So China on the left and Canada on the right, and they're off. Let's get a first look of how these marbles do in this tournament. And China going for the bullseye there, but they do wander off into the white zone, and it will be Canada who will be advancing to the next round with 4 points. China only gets 3. Good job for Canada. That's definitely what you expect. Canada is one of those northern countries very good at curling. Next up we have Mexico versus Germany. Let's see. Looks like Mexico has 2, now 3. And Germany only has 1. Mexico will definitely be taking this heat with 6-1. Germany only having 1 marble in the blue ring. A dominant performance by Mexico. Next up we have Uruguay versus Indonesia. You can see marbles from both teams go on each side of that slalom section. Ooh, a hard hit from Uruguay there, hitting Indonesia out of the circle. And there's only 1 marble in the bullseye. Indonesia in the outer ring. And Indonesia will be taking this one by a slim margin. Uruguay getting 0 points. Next up, the USA versus Russia. Russia on the right and the USA on the left. They all get jumbled up there. Russia comes out first, but this event is not about speed, it's about score. The USA having 3 marbles there. See if that USA marble can get any closer to the red. No, they can't. They'll be taking this heat 3-1. Russia barely in that blue section up in the top. Next up, Vietnam versus Argentina. One of those Argentina marbles having some trouble getting out of that funnel right after the starting grid. And 3 Vietnam marbles out there on the left. Only 1 getting in that blue section though. That'll do it though. They will take this heat. 1-0. Definitely interesting how some of these heats are very high scoring and some of them have 1-0. Will we see a 0-0 match? Next up we have Portugal versus India. And Portugal passing the bullseye and actually exiting the target. India has 1 marble, and there's another one of those 1-0. India will advance to the next round. So India will be going up against Vietnam in the quarterfinals. Now it's time for Spain versus France. 2 neighboring countries in Europe. Let's see how they do. And France has 1 in the white circle. Spain only has 1 in the blue. France will be taking the seat 2-1. Next up for our final heat in this group, Brazil versus Pakistan. Brazil in the yellow and Pakistan in the green. They're all up in the circle at this point, but most of them fall out for Pakistan. Brazil has 2 in the blue, 1 in the white even. And Brazil will be taking this heat 3-1. Pakistan has 1 up in the blue, up in the top of the target. Now it's time for the quarterfinals. Brazil will be advancing to the quarterfinals with France. And now it's time for Canada versus Mexico. And 3 of the Mexico marbles stall at the starting gate. An interesting strategy by Mexico. Canada in the blue, Mexico coming up for the red. But they take a turn, now they're only in the blue. 2 Mexicos in the blue, 1 for Canada. So Mexico will be advancing to the semifinals with 2 points, Canada only having 1. Definitely a disappointment for Canada. I would have expected better from one of these northern teams who have experience in curling. Next up, Indonesia versus the USA. Two white-looking marbles. Indonesia is the pure white, and then the USA has the more blue and red. And the USA coming there, getting a red, possibly. Yes, they do. A 5-0 smash out for USA. Indonesia gets 0 points. A great performance by the USA. They'll be going up against Mexico once again in this tournament to see how they do in the semifinals. Now it's time for Vietnam versus India. And 1 India marble out there coming in for the red. Can they turn around? Yes, they can there. They're right on the edge. Vietnam coming in with the blue. India getting another blue as well. India will be getting 4 points because of that red. So they'll be advancing to the semifinals. Vietnam will be eliminated. Next up is our final quarterfinal, France versus Brazil. Brazil in the yellow and France in the blue. France coming out first. 2 France marbles in the red there, passing the bullseye. Brazil only has 1 in the blue. Both of the France marbles come out of the entire target, and Brazil holding it out, and they will be advancing to the semifinals. A definite disappointment for France, having 2 marbles very close to the center. They weren't able to slow down and stay in the target. So now for the semifinals, Mexico versus the U.S. The U.S. and Mexico, 2 rivals in these tournaments. Mexico having all 4, almost all 4. Now only 2 in the target. The USA has 1 in the white, but Mexico has 3 in the blue, and they will take this heat. USA will be eliminated. And Mexico has a chance for glory once again. So Mexico will be advancing to the finals against either India or Brazil. And they're off. One of the Brazil marbles lagging in that funnel back there. See how they do a hard hit from Brazil to their own team. And Brazil trying to get 2 marbles in the white. India messing around with the white as well. Brazil has 1 in the blue, and they will advance to the finals against Mexico, and India will be going in the 3rd place match. If India had gotten in that white, they still wouldn't have been able to make it because Brazil has 2 marbles. So Brazil will be going in the final round against Mexico, and now it is time for the 3rd place match. Will the USA be able to get a podium Look to see here. USA's got one in the white, coming for the red, coming for the bullseye. Who passes it there? They looking like they might even exit the target. Yes, they will, but they have another one up on the top. And the U.S. will beat India 1-0, and they'll be able to sit on the podium with Mexico and Brazil. And now it is time for the final round, Mexico versus Brazil. Here we go. And we're off. Mexico coming out first. And Brazil going for that red. Here comes another Mexico hitting. The Brazil marble hits the Mexico marble. Mexico coming up trying to hit the Brazil. Will they get a bullseye? It's close. And Mexico gets the red. Brazil not able to do it. And Mexico, once again, will be your champion of this tournament. Brazil coming in at second and the USA in third place. What a finish for Mexico. So Mexico will be your champion once again in this tournament. Congratulations to Mexico for being your champion of the Marble Curling Championship. Brazil coming in at second and the USA in third place. Mexico is doing a tremendous job at winning these friendly tournaments here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. And yet again, I have to say, Viva Mexico! If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Also share with your friends if you enjoyed. And stay tuned for the next marble tournament here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. I'm Jeremiah, signing off. And until next time, this has been Fubeca's Marble Runs. Good day, everyone.